All right, welcome. MMTs are short Amazon on the opening bell. And why don't you guys go ahead and talk out the short and tell me why the short is working. And where were the entries? Each one of you, quickly.
Sign at 96.40 for me.
On your short sign at 96.40. Okay, well, we're talking about the people right now that are in Amazon. And the people that have transacted the Amazon short, tell me each one of you, tell me where your entries were and what you did.
Okay, I'm in at 193.40, my third effort at being in. Got wicked out a couple of times. Had a stop in, and it was the IR was bouncing, and it took me out. But I got back in. I'm up 85 pennies right now on this short. It's working very nicely.
Okay, can you give me, is it because of that range being at very low levels and we are negative 0.6 about to break another ratio low, which would take that below that teeny line? That is what you're allowed to only think about. That is what is happening there.
As soon as the IR dropped before 35, I just jump right back in.
Okay. Watch that. It's got to stay below 15. And for this, if it doesn't get down to 0, you're not going to go below here. So you understand that part of it. Next person up, give me your entries on Amazon short opening bell.
Yeah, I got in at I've got 200 shares at 195.15.
Oh, that's right up here. Oh man, that's right here in the collapse.
Right
I've
got my stop. I still have my stop, as I learned last night from Mr. Flagg. I'm 10 pennies beyond the half bar, that great big bar. So I didn't get stopped out when I come back, and I got a feeling Leo did. Did you get stopped out there, Leo?
Exactly, David.
Okay.
Okay. That's excellent. Now, let's watch the IR and let's work with our data facts. We need to break above 0.7, right? We know that the teeny line is going to be weak as we're closer to the number. That's why the price action remains weak. Next person up. Excellent move, David. So what are you guys going to do at the bottom to take half of your profits off? Would you use half of this bar that you don't want it, that in order for this move to keep working, that this has to be resistance, 10 pennies above it, and then the wick comes down and it stays below it, and if this stays down here, it's got to be at 0 now. But it's weak. You're at 5. So you're closer to this number. And that's why the weakness is here in the current price level. Next person that got short, Gibson, did you get short?
I got short at 195.43.
Oh, man, that's right here at the half bar. I can't even do that.
Everybody gets lucky every now and then. And then I took the half off, and I'm still in half.
Okay. Now, would you like to learn that these ratios, when they get closer to 7, you're going to break lower in price, and this is going to be towards 0. You know that. Now, if you're going to look at half bar at 193.28, you would look at if you came up here and you hit that resistance level or the next half bar up here. So let's go to the original reversal, 194.70. That's where the real reversal happened, right here. So what we would do, like you experienced, tell me how you got that entry. I need to know that. How did you get your entry, Mr. Gibson?
I was looking at last night we talked about the 3 teenies up. I saw it move up close to 3 teenies, and when it started to back down, I shorted it.
Okay, did you have a limit order out ahead of the 3 teeny move up, or did you wait for it to get there?
I waited for it to get there.
Okay, there'll be lots of times, just so you know, that they can hit that so quickly and drop so rapidly you won't get executed manually.
Right.
And I just want you to know that there are going to be a lot of times where that 3 teeny limit up order is to be put out in the marketplace before it actually hits it. Because there'll be sometimes, a lot of times, it'll hit it so fast and drop 60, 70 pennies because of the flash trading machines. High frequency volume does that. And then there are times you'll get lucky where you were able to manually hit it and you got it without it dropping too much on you. Meaning that the way that they can happen here is you can see here that a teeny is $1.02 today. This is a much bigger teeny today than yesterday, everybody. And that bottom is getting put in right now. So excellent entry, excellent management, limit order up and out of the money. So if I'm going to sell short again, I can have a limit order out in the market right here at the half bar at 194.70. I could put it, 3 pennies below it. If we do start to turn, which it's trying to do now, because 0.2 is contracting, it's not toward 0.7. That's why you got, but remember, these are narrow penny range action prints. You have $1 and 2 pennies today on your price SMF price action lines between the public and high frequency volume machines. We know that. We also know that you're sitting here at, look at yesterday, how it went. Okay, this is that gap open. This is that support level. And we're starting to build a little teeny slight little bit, not much. Why? When you click on that and down in your info panel under VO1, that is the actual price penny. So this bar right here is 44 cents. That's top down 44 cents, or it's 44 cents. This up bar right here was 65 cents. That's this wick up to the high. Now we're going to see here on the reversal, it's at 57 cents. So what we would be looking for is this to deteriorate, this to go back towards 7, but prices are going to hold as long as this stays above 0.7 or close to it. We know that. And we know that you're below the half bar. And the half bar is 193.28. You're 10 cents by 21. You're slightly below it. But you're narrow range. These are not conviction bars. Like these bigger range bars on the downside, this is $1.75 right here. Hey, this bar right here from the top down was $1.10. This one up here was 81 cents where it all started, where I'm hearing people got excellent opening bell short transactions, and now it's trying to build at 25. And let me tell you something, the people that are still in it, this is where you would start taking half your money off the table.
Google's throttling.
Okay? Because Amazon opening bell, this is going towards 0.2. How many people were covering at the half bar?
I'm out.
So,
I got covered.
all right. Now, let's come to an agreement, MMTs. We got down here at a bottom. 0.7 would not go lower. That's why that held. When that ratio, which you're allowed to think about only, any other outside thoughts are not allowed. Only this right here. When that turned and you were going the other way, you were putting the bottom in. You had a 3, 6, 9, 12 minute bar short. I went through the bars. That down bar right there is $1.75. This top down bar here was 96 pennies. And this bar right here from top down in that short was $1.10. And it started here at 81 pennies. And the ratios were going that way, but now they have stopped going negative. And at that half bar, you never fool with that thing. If it goes up, you can start covering right into it, because what you're doing by doing that, MMTs, is you're maintaining that high short that Gibson got, that David got, that Leo got, and people got, and we're turning around. This is what your mind is allowed to only think about, nothing else. Any outside thoughts are not welcome, only this. So we can clearly see on that 369, what has to happen is the penny downside bars that I just talked about, on the upside bar, like this one right here, it's $1.45 from the bottom to the top to that teeny. That's what it is. And $1.02 is a damn teeny. And Amazon has not had a teeny expansion like that for quite a while. It has it now. That means that these price movements are going to be doing what they're going to do. On the downside, if I'm going to go below the half bar 193.88, and I'm below it now, 56 by 71 pennies, is that I have to maintain a close below 35 here in the IR, and this has got to go back towards 7. And I would look at taking a small transaction as a short. And if you come up and you hit the teeny line and it comes up and that pulls back, then you could come out. but you are starting to weaken, but you must stay below 35 and drop below 25, and this must print back towards 0.7, and you could have already transacted it as I was talking. Some people have. This is what you want to look for now. This is what your mind gets to think about only, nothing else. Because that's that weakness in that bar. So let's see how many pennies it is from the top down. $1.05. What was this up bar? Was $1.45. This downside bar, you want it to be as equal price to the downside top down. And this must stay below 35. And this must go toward minus 0.7 for this to work. If it comes up and goes up above it and it comes down, you would cover to get out. Very good job, MMTs, on the Amazon opening bell short, profit management exit at the half bar, understanding the ratio only. That's this one here, up here. Bid and ask trend ratios, that's the SMF pricing. This is what you trade. That's a public price print in the name. And then the half bars are associated with this. That's it. But the main thing of it is, our bid and ask is a different kind of format that translates into various different pricing control structures.